This is a setup for a setup. Super setup. This is a setup.
All right, let's get straight to it. My goodness. So in the chat, I've just collated this off of Cash, a list of treasuries and secondary treasuries and all sorts, and I'm trying to get my head around it. But as soon as I started looking, I just said, wow. I know some of you might not have used Hocus Pocus before. We did it right at the start, then I just dropped off. But let's have a little look. So CashX main treasury, copy the address. We go to Hocus Pocus. What you take it to a custom search and you go to impersonate an address and then paste the CashX treasury there. Here are all the staked options, the things that we've got, things the treasury staked, and you can see all the different farms briefly that we're in. A lot of actuator, print, bit of Emmet Farms as well, of course. Now, juicy, you can use these options here to have a simplified version of that. It just shows how much to claim. Remember, Treasury probably claims, I think, once or twice a day, Cash said, so it builds up, and we can see some bits there maybe recently been cleaned out. Perhaps Cash will confirm whether this is accurate or not, but actually when we get to the last option, it shows us the total. Guys, that is apparently the rewards per day from this one treasury is getting about $44 per day. And here, the other option, if we actually understand what we're looking at, on the right hand side is the user liquidity. So there's actually $58,000. 52 of it is in actuator, farmed, and that means it's either HEX or HTT, which is future HEX, of which that HTT, when redeemed, will go up in value as well because it's been worth more as actual HEX. And by God, who knows what the value of HEX will be by day 3,000, let alone 8. All right, but that just struck me as, wow, 58 grand. Now I know Cash bought HEX and I've done some brilliant trades. In the chat he goes, oh, I've done a brilliant trade. We've got an extra million like HTT something or another. Look, it shows this is where it is. So the CashX treasury sitting on, just from what we can see here, there's other farms for the actual CashX tokens and what they're sitting on, etc. But just as in an absolute external revenue, we've got that much in liquidity, and we're hitting roughly, apparently, $44 worth a day at the minute, which can be converted, and the treasury does what the treasury does. All right, let's have a look then. So distro. So I'll take the distro. I'll come in and change the custom. Change the wallet to the distro wallet. Gives it a sec. Let's go back here. Alrighty, so distro is in just actuator, but the values are bigger. Let's have a little look. Let's simplify that. What do we got? Does it say it there? Oh, bugger, it doesn't. All right, let's make it more complicated. We've got, what we got? 11.7 in there, 26.4 thousand in there. Let's take it to the total. Distro is sitting on $64,000 in pure HEX and HTT, and that is apparently whopping $50 a day that the Treasury has been doing, obviously what it chooses with. Awesome. Oh my God, I got this far. All right, spoiler alert, I knew these 2 pages. I just had to go, right, I'm making a video now. So let's explore the last couple of main wallets together. So distro's done. DivX. Now, Cash said, it's about 30 seconds before I click record, last message I saw, it said, bear in mind that DivX received about $1 billion less PLS. But at the time when it immediately started to invest in the cause, pretty much HEX had bottomed. So Cash says, bear that in mind when you see what we got in here. And I have no idea, so what we're going to see. A bit of print, but then we've got actuators. All right, we've got 26 there. For another 23. Oh, we got some good, nice, juicy. Let's have a look. So 55,000, the same amount of, a little bit more actuator staked liquidity is in the DivX treasury than CashX. Wow. What's that pulling? There you go, 40 odd bucks a day. So, what's that, 140 so far a day in external revenue? Forgetting about all of the tax from the arbing of all the LPs with the main tokens. Coming in, let's get to Grand Slam. Now, Grand Slam, I wonder. You know what? Don't know, because Grand Slam had its own little sacrifice, but it was also part of the NFT sacrifice, wasn't it? Shall we have a little spoiler alert? More actuator. So what do we got? 8 grand, 3 grand, 7 grand, 8. Awesome. What is that in total then? Sitting on 35,000. Absolutely respectable. And that again is in actuator. We're pulling 28 bucks a day. Let's round it to 170 then from those 4 treasuries. Now, those are the 4 main tokens. We also have then the NFT treasury. This is paying the NFT holders. So this is obviously going to be different, because this isn't necessarily going into buying and burning, but perhaps Cash, maybe they are. I can't remember exactly what the deal is, but maybe Cash can let us know. But again, we can see some of the pools that they're in. We've got a little emit farm there, but actuator, and what's happening there? 40 grand in actuator. I'm pretty sure Cash said he made a joke saying that he was the liquidity. I wonder. Okay. 32 bucks a day. So the NFT holders, I believe that NFT's part of that daily external revenue is going to buying and adding PHEX to the single-sided NFT staking. And I can't remember what it's all doing, but there's other things involved as well. We're just looking at the numbers here, so I couldn't give you exact things on what the Treasury's doing there, but just look at the juicy Treasury. Now, this Treasury started off at nothing. All 4 L tokens is one big Treasury. Every time an L token is minted, 80% of the original is burnt, but 20% is sold. And that sells into PLS, funds the Treasury. So what I love about this is that the Treasury started at nothing, yeah, but it will build and will build and will build and will build and will build. So there's no cap on this Treasury. It could literally just keep going and keep going. So the L tokens has got a couple of grand. Nice. Look, an L token Treasury made from minting. It's got more hex than me. There you go, 2.5 grand a day. Look, a couple of bucks a day. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, that's only going to get bigger and bigger. And again, just to reiterate, we're not looking at the whole picture here. We've just looked at the main wallets. Out of interest, the brand new small NFTs, which literally made a stake 2 days ago, or even yesterday, where you can buy it and stake it. I think about maybe 80's been there, maybe 80 million PLS or something. But already it's been turned into some farming. And then with that farming, that's 600 bucks there, making 50 cents a day. Boy, that's only going to get bigger as more and more. And there's other farms I know. Cash doesn't just get the money from the Treasury and jump in. He waits for the ratios to be correct in his mind to buy. So he's not just buying to farm, he's buying at the right time to accumulate tokens. So it's all good in the hood. Okay, so let's do the secondary wallet. So CashX number 2. If we look at that, I don't know what this is going to show. I hope it will show the Nexium farms. My understanding is they'd probably be in some. Now I don't think Hocus Pocus shows the Nexium farms. So we'll leave the video there. That was to show people just, man, I lost count. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, US dollar value right now with Pulse Chain. All right, pumping a bit, but potentially just coming out of the absolute bottom. So when Cash says about 10x sack price, we're all going to eat. I have a tendency to believe him. Okay. So, a lot going on behind the scene with the treasuries. I think we can understand now why Cash doesn't sleep. He's crypto 24/7, and his wife is lovingly giving him cappuccinos every 5 minutes to stay awake. He's a busy man. But there you go. That's the treasury video. Happy days.